I'm still trying to process how I managed to pay off $32,000 in debt while raising 2 kids on a $50,000 a year salary. It's not like I had a lot of extra money lying around. Actually, there were times when I had to choose between paying the electricity bill or the credit card bill, and that's a decision no one should ever have to make. You're probably sitting there thinking, how did she do it, or what's the secret? And I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't easy. There were plenty of nights when I stayed up late, stressing about how we were gonna make ends meet. But the thing that kept me going was the fact that I knew I wasn't alone. Millions of people in the US are struggling to pay off debt, and it's not just because they're not making enough money, it's because they don't have a plan. So, by the end of this, you'll know exactly how to create a debt payoff plan that actually works, even if you're living paycheck to paycheck. You'll learn how to prioritize your debts, how to negotiate with creditors, and how to make the most of your money. And the best part is, it's not going to require you to make a lot of sacrifices or cut back on everything you enjoy. I've seen people pay off $10,000 in debt in just a few months by using the debt snowball method, but that's not what worked for me. I used a combination of the debt avalanche and a high-yield savings account to pay off my debt. And let me tell you, it was a game changer. I was able to save over $1,000 in interest payments alone. Now, I know what you're thinking. What's the difference between the debt snowball and the debt avalanche? Well, the debt snowball is when you pay off your debts in order of smallest to largest, while the debt avalanche is when you pay off your debts in order of highest interest rate to lowest. And the thing is, both methods can work, but it really depends on your individual situation. For me, the debt avalanche made more sense because I had a few credit cards with really high interest rates. We're talking over 20%. And by paying those off first, I was able to save a lot of money in interest payments. But, if you have a lot of smaller debts, the debt snowball might be a better option for you. The key is to find a method that works for you and to stick to it. And don't be afraid to try something new if what you're doing isn't working. I mean, I tried using a budgeting app to track my expenses, but it just didn't work for me. So, I started using a spreadsheet instead, and it's been a lifesaver. Now, I want to ask you, what's the biggest debt you're currently facing? Is it a credit card, a student loan, or something else? Drop your biggest debt in the comments below, and I'll do my best to provide some advice. And if you're struggling to pay off debt, just know that you're not alone. There are millions of people in the US who are facing the same challenges. But, with the right plan and the right mindset, you can overcome anything. So, don't give up, even when it feels like everything is stacked against you. If that just clicked for you, hit like, it tells me to keep making this kind of content. And if you know someone who's struggling to pay off debt, send them this video. It could be the thing that helps them finally get their finances under control. Now, I want to tease my next video. It's called the 30-Day Crypto Challenge. Can you really make money investing in Bitcoin? And let me tell you, it's gonna be a wild ride. I'll be sharing my own experiences with cryptocurrency and providing some tips and tricks for anyone who's interested in getting started. So, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Let's dive a bit deeper into the debt avalanche method, since that's what worked for me. So, I had a total of 5 credit cards with balances ranging from $2,000 to $10,000, and interest rates from 18% to 22%. I knew that if I could pay off the ones with the highest interest rates first, I'd be saving myself a significant amount of money in the long run. For example, my credit card with the 22% interest rate had a balance of $5,000. If I had paid just the minimum payment each month, it would have taken me over 10 years to pay off the balance, and I would have paid over $13,000 in interest alone. But, by paying as much as I could towards that credit card each month, I was able to pay it off in just 2 years, and I saved over $6,000 in interest payments. Now, I know that's a pretty extreme example, but it just goes to show how much of a difference the debt avalanche method can make. And the thing is, it's not just about the money you're saving in interest payments, it's also about the peace of mind that comes with knowing you're making progress on your debt. I remember one month, I was able to pay off an entire credit card balance, and it felt amazing. I mean, it was like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders. And that's what I want for you. I want you to experience that feeling of freedom and relief that comes with paying off your debt. So, let's talk about how to implement the debt avalanche method in your own life. First, you'll need to make a list of all your debts, including the balance, interest rate, and minimum payment for each one. Then, you'll need to sort your debts in order of highest interest rate to lowest. For example, let's say you have 3 credit cards with the following balances and interest rates. Card A has a balance of $1,000 and an interest rate of 20%. Card B has a balance of $2,000 and an interest rate of 18%. And Card C has a balance of $3,000 and an interest rate of 12%. In this case, you would pay as much as you can towards Card A each month, while making the minimum payments on Card B and Card C. Once you've paid off Card A, you can move on to Card B, and then finally Card C. And the thing is, this method can be applied to any type of debt, not just credit cards. For example, if you have a personal loan with a high interest rate, you can prioritize the debt first, and then move on to your lower interest debts. Now, I want to share a real-life example of how the debt avalanche method can work. Let's say you have a total debt of $20,000, spread across 4 credit cards with interest rates ranging from 15% to 25%. If you pay just the minimum payment each month, it'll take you over 5 years to pay off the debt, and you'll pay over $10,000 in interest alone. But, if you use the debt avalanche method, and pay as much as you can towards the credit card with the highest interest rate each month, you can pay off the debt in just 3 years, and you'll save over $4,000 in interest payments. That's a significant difference, and it just goes to show how powerful the debt avalanche method can be. Another important thing to mention is the role of credit scores in debt repayment. Having a good credit score can make a huge difference in the interest rates you're offered, and can even save you thousands of dollars in interest payments over the life of your debt. For example, if you have a credit score of 750 or higher, you may be able to qualify for a lower interest personal loan or balance transfer credit card, which can help you pay off your debt faster and save money on interest. On the other hand, if you have a lower credit score, you may be stuck with higher interest rates, which can make it harder to pay off your debt. So, it's really important to work on building your credit score by making on-time payments, keeping your credit utilization ratio low, and avoiding new credit inquiries. And the thing is, it's not as hard as it sounds. Just by making a few simple changes to your financial habits, you can start to see improvements in your credit score over time. For example, I was able to increase my credit score by over 100 points in just 6 months, simply by making all my payments on time, and keeping my credit utilization ratio below 30%. And that's not all. I was also able to qualify for a lower interest credit card, which saved me hundreds of dollars in interest payments over the course of a year. Now, I want to talk about the importance of having a support system when you're paying off debt. It can be really tough to stay motivated, especially when you're feeling overwhelmed or frustrated. But, having a supportive partner, family member, or friend can make all the difference. For example, my husband was a huge source of support for me when I was paying off my debt. He would often remind me of my goals, and encourage me to keep going, even when things got tough. And the thing is, it's not just about the emotional support. Having a support system can also help you stay accountable, and make sure you're on track to meet your debt repayment goals. I remember one month, I was feeling really discouraged, and I didn't think I could make my debt payment. But, my husband sat down with me, and we went over my budget together. He helped me see that I actually had enough money to make the payment, and that I just needed to make a few adjustments to my spending habits. And that's exactly what I did. I made the payment, and I felt a huge sense of relief and accomplishment. So, don't be afraid to reach out for support when you need it. Whether it's a friend, family member, or financial advisor, having someone to talk to can make a huge difference in your debt repayment journey. And the thing is, it's not just about getting support, it's also about giving support. For example, I've been able to help several friends and family members pay off their debt, simply by sharing my own experiences and offering guidance and support. And the thing is, it's not just about the financial benefits. Helping others can also give you a sense of purpose and fulfillment, and can even help you stay motivated and focused on your own debt repayment goals. Now, I want to share a few more tips and tricks for paying off debt. One of the most important things is to avoid lifestyle inflation. What that means is, as you start to make more money, or pay off your debt, you shouldn't automatically